This is my 2000 EZGO TXT, and we're going to attempt to adjust the governor. Alright, so we pulled off the seat, removed the air filter, which you don't need to do, but mine is off, so I can get to this easier. There's this screw right here, if you can see it on the top of the carburetor, and it has a little locking nut there at the bottom of it. Now you loosen that nut up, and you can screw that in, and it will make your cart react faster, I noticed. It's not so slow to react at once you step on the gas or let off the gas, but I'm pretty sure that's not what you're supposed to adjust, because once I adjusted that, I screwed it in more. Yes, it reacted quicker at takeoffs and things, but it started backfiring and popping and a little bit when I shut it off. So we're going to bring that back out where it was originally, but not yet. The back here, you'll see this spring, that's the governor. And I was told to tighten up the spring to give you more speed. So that is what we're going to do today. To access that spring, you can take off this cover that goes over this part here, and you can easily get in there with 2 half-inch wrenches. Looking at it, you take your 2 half-inch wrenches, there's a nut on this other side and a nut on this side, and you loosen them up and tighten the spring. Well, you could pull it back, or you can turn this here. There's a nut on the back of this. You should be able to tighten it up with that as well. I'm going to try that first. Okay, in order to do this and tighten up this little nut here, I had to put a pair of vice grips on this end because it's just a cable and there's no way to really hold it. And while I stick this 3/8 inch wrench on this side, and I'll need both my hands to tighten that up. Okay, I've tightened it up, as you can see from the, if it clears on us. As you can see on here, it's about a 1/2 inch of thread, so I've tightened it about a 1/2 inch more than what it was. And we're going to go test it out and see how that works. Well, I just took it for a little drive, and it didn't really seem to be any faster. But I did reach back here with my hand now that this cover is off, and I pressed on this forward. I pressed this little bar forward with my hand, and it did speed up some. I wouldn't say 20 miles an hour, but this here might be stopping it from going more forward, so I'm gonna try and adjust this coupling here to allow more forward motion of this bar. Assuming it's related, but now my car won't go. Turn it on, and nothing happens. Reverse, nothing happens. Neutral, nothing. Okay, so maybe that has something to do with a kill switch. No, it wasn't attached to any. Didn't have any reason why. The reason it didn't work is because I have a bad connection on my battery. So, back to the test. Shorten that wire. Forward gear. See if this thing goes any faster. So I don't think that did much, really, so I'm gonna go ahead and try adjusting something else. So we're gonna go ahead and use our 1/2 inch wrenches and adjust this one like I originally was thinking to do. Okay, we've adjusted it just a little bit, as you can see. Now this little rubber thing doesn't really fit on the end of the threaded portion, but let's see if that does anything. Not noticing any big increases in speed or anything like that. That's floored, and we're going up a little bit of a hill. So we're going to go ahead and turn around and see if it increases our speed going downhill. Yeah, I didn't notice any big changes in speed when I adjusted and tightened the spring here. I didn't notice any change in speed when I adjusted it here to give it more slack to allow this bar to go forward. And I didn't notice any adjustment in speed really when I pulled this back out to pull this bar forward. So that didn't really seem to do it, at least not in my opinion. If you've got any great ideas, something I've missed, feel free to comment and let me know, please.